Hi, I'm Jesse from Bonacube. Let's talk about live events and event organizing. I will share my experiences and knowledge in these videos for you who work, will work or want to work with event organizing. It seems, at least right in this moment, that live events are set to make a comeback after a really long period of COVID breaks, lockdowns and restrictions. But sooner or later, we are able to get back to see, feel and experience sports events, festivals, exhibitions and other public events. Which is cool. For sure, at least in the beginning, the events may seem very different to what we are used to, with people wearing masks, those rapid tests, all those hand washing stations around, COVID passports, social distance protocols, timed entries to venues, and constant messaging on hygiene, etc. But sooner or later, things will get back to normal, whatever that then means. Though, one thing I know, it's still the same ballgame in terms of elements that determine whether there will be fans, spectators, or crowd in our live events in the long run or not. I will list in this video 20 things that you should notice in your event planning if you aim to improve customer experience rates and numbers. To make this more simple, I have sports events in my mind this time. But stay on board if you plan and do other events types as well. As we know, fundamentals and elements will remain the same even if names or phrases would be somehow different. To start, those events will be winners who contribute and deliver best customer experience for their guests. That's all small and big things that make the day for our customers. Most of those things we are able to design ourselves, but there are also some factors we really can't fully control by ourselves. Things that affect the atmosphere of our sports events. Atmosphere is in my language the word to describe the content we plan and create in our events. And in order to do great here, you should be aware of the elements that affect the atmosphere of our live events. Okay, ready to go. 20 things that makes the atmosphere, or in the other word, customer experience of our events. Let's start with number 1. Feeling of safety. Had to start with this one in this COVID time. But it's obvious. If we have a feeling of fear in our mind, we are not going to attend any mass events at all. And if we get that kind of a feeling during our stay in the event, it's sure our experience is ruined. And we will not be advocates for this event in the future. Number 2, of course, sports itself. That's a no-brainer. The basic reason we get ourselves to grandstands is to see a match or a competition. For sure, the success of the home team or athletes helps. But yes, we do get our excitement from all great performances and also stories behind the results. As sports event organizers, our task is to give sports itself the best possible setup and platform to entertain our guests, fans and spectators. And that's the biggest task we actually have. Number 3, stars and athletes. Closer you bring your crowd to athletes, the more impressive it will be for your spectators. Especially the stars that are followed and admired by thousands of millions of fans via all those social platforms. What do you think? How your spectators feel if they are lucky enough to get an autograph from their biggest heroes or a selfie to show and share in their own networks? Those are the things we remember always. And connect these experiences to a certain sports event forever. Number 4, when you look and feel. It's no secret that people feel comfy if they like what they see, like what they hear, even like how it smells around. That's in other words all those look and feel elements we set up for the sports venue. And also things like cleanliness or clarity of our venues. So let's remember that we have those 5 senses that all together make and shape our experiences in the event. Number 5, event production. Video boards and video production, lighting, audio, announcers, hosts, DJs And other such elements are essential in today's sports events. In some sports they are more important, but in any case this is a thing that will affect greatly to the atmosphere of the event. For us this means planning and providing facilities and content that supports the goals we set for this. And then number 6, venue entertainment. Some might involve this to previous point, but I've always organized my events, so-called show teams, to sectors. Event production and venue entertainment. Again, depending on the event we do, there might be plenty of room in our customer's mind to get entertained also prior, in between, or after the sports. That's things like bands, street artists, circus, etc. That mostly brings some smiles on our faces, which will, of course, raise the level of customer experience we provide to our guests. Then number 7, people flow. This is something we sometimes not notice at all, which is a good thing, because it means that the event organizer has done a great job in their venue planning. But how many times we've got stuck in crowd in big sports events? Yeah, by far too many if you ask me. For me, the number one mood killer in any event are queues. More time I spend in queues, less money I use, and more important, less points I give in customer satisfaction surveys, to my experience. Number 8, signs. For sure, this is related to my number 7 as well, but wanted to point this out. Even if it may seem an old school thing with all mobile applications, AR coming to help us there, it's super frustrating not to find a way to a place we want to go, especially in major sports events that are organized in large venues with a lot of temporary constructions, restricted paths, and a large number of venues. To aim high in general atmosphere, pay attention to quality and quantity of your signs. Number 9, spectator services. As event organizers, we are at the same service providers. We have a lot of spectators or customers with all kinds of needs that are supposed to find a solution in the area. Things like toilets, hand cleaning, cloakroom, mobile recharging, lost items, ATMs, info desks, children care. You could continue. Again, spectator services affect two ways to our feeling in the event. Its availability of a service and the quality of those. Number 10, crowd. Empty seats or full stands. Which one support the positive atmosphere we want to share to our customers? Yes, of course. But hey, check this out. That was Irish fans giving some support to their home team in Euro 2012 when the score was 0-4 to Spain. Absolutely the goosebump moment for me watching the same game live in the same stadium. And after 10 years, that's the experience or feeling I remember from that match always. Friends and family. We want to spend our free time with people who are important to us. Yes. In those sports events I've ran, in average just 5% of visitors are so-called lonely riders, arriving to event just by him or herself. Saying that, think of your own best event experiences. Yes, I'm sure you remember better people you spent your time there than results on the scoreboard. Number 12, weather. Unable to control, at least in most places, but a thing you can of course prepare in advance. Especially in outdoor events, weather plays a big role in the experience we remember and share from the event. The atmosphere we feel tends to be better in sunny days than rainy days. Yeah? Number 13, technology we use. What about stuff like mobile applications, second screens, AR, VR, social media, and all technology behind these? For sure, a giant possibility of threat to event atmosphere and customer experience we deliver. The younger the target group, the more important this is. Imagine if the network or mobile data wouldn't work or the mobiles ran out of battery. They would probably leave the event. On the other hand, could it be cooler to enrich your game experience with some instant replays on your mobile or some augmented reality to enrich your visual experience? Number 14, event staff. A sporting event is like any service business. It's services, experiences, and actions provided from people to people. All event staff, whether it's staff of main organizer or staff from service providers, are important on increasing and in decreasing the atmosphere of the visitors. If you think your own event journey of your spectators and how many times your guests will meet someone representing your event, you get the importance of this factor. Number 15. Food and beverages. A very important thing again. For many festivals, it's getting almost as important as the performer on the stage. Especially in longer events, the importance of eating and drinking is emphasized. If you get good quality food, that's easy to eat, quick to get, tastes good, and is somehow connected to a theme of the event. Yeah, you're super happy. And like always, when our customers are happy, event organizers should be as well. Number 16. Toilets. If there is one service every spectator would use in our events, that would be toilets. As simple this may sound, this is a big factor for the experience we get from the events, especially if this is poorly organized. That's long queues, dirty facilities, missing toilet paper or hand drying equipment. As event organizers, this is one of those must things we need to provide just well. No compromises. 17. Weenies. Have you ever heard of this term before? I believe this is vocabulary of great Walt Disney. That's element, often visual, that attracts visitors like a magnet. That's a thing about which your venue is known or a background everybody wants to take a selfie from. It's for sure a positive thing for your customers during the event. But more important, these weenies help to spread the message of your event wider with people sharing these photos on their social media platforms. And of course, come back to see and feel this moment all over again, even after the event. 18. Fan kits. If you go to see a football match in England, yeah, you practically see everyone wearing some kind of team wear with them. Shirts, scarves, caps, whatever. That's a great ingredient for improving the atmosphere in the event. Or what about Polish sports, even when their national team or athletes are playing? You only see red and white everywhere on event days, inside and outside the venue, which is super for the event experience as a whole. Also, fan kits we give to spectators can be used for activating some extra noise and atmosphere in the stands. Small things can create big emotions. Number 19. Partner activation. Thing to remember in our sports events, it's not just us who are responsible for creating the atmosphere or improving the customer experience at the event. It's for sure the stars of your event, also service providers providing services to your spectators, and your partners and sponsors. Partner activation is, if organized and cooperated well, that's a great asset to boost the atmosphere and experience we get from the events. And then finally, let's call this X factor. The last point in this video. As you saw the list of my pieces of customer experience, it's not complete. There are many other elements that affect to our experience, mood and feeling of the event. Please share your X factor by commenting here. And as said, before customer experience is always a personal and subjective perception of the atmosphere of mood of the event. But fortunately, most of the elements are ones that we can influence ourselves. With a good planning, right solutions and successful delivery, we can reach better rates for return on customer experience. That's customer satisfaction and net recommendation index metrics, for example. And paying attention and effort to this is much better investment than overspending in your marketing budgets, at least from my point of view. Okay, that's all for now. Keep on going to rock with your event planning and production. Let's learn from each other because, we deserve better events. See you next time.